All right.
Merry Christmas, y'all. Here with my boy.
Good
got
clap. Good clap.
got the ugly Christmas sweater on the dark side, I guess you could say for me.
Merry Sithmas.
Sithmas, The Return of the Smith, the best Star Wars movie out there. Argue with me if you want. Nah, Return of the Jedi was pretty hard. You can't lie. Return of the Jedi was hard.
The last one.
Yes.
Number 6.
Anyways, we're going to give you our board predictions for Sunday. See if you could get some Christmas presents under the tree for yourself. So, see.
If you don't think we're dedicated, we are filming this on Christmas Day before we chow down on some lasagna. Okay?
And have a good night.
Leaving our family. All right? 2, make sure we give you guys well put together content. We're outside at my madre's house. All right? So please support us and give us a like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps us out more than you know. That sound.
We also do apologize for not giving you a Christmas episode and a Saturday episode, but sometimes people just, it's hard to stack up. It's been a hard week with all of this stuff going on.
He had a race on Saturday.
He was in North Carolina, and then now it's Christmas time, so it's like, we got ramping it up over here, and we're going to give you 4 board predictions that will hit for you.
2 for me, 2 for him. All right, so for my first bold prediction, Chigo Kongwu for the first time in his career, Chigo Kongwu for the first time in his career will have his 3rd straight game over 50 yards. He has never done this, okay?
Who did he play, the Jags?
And 4 catches. Yes, they play the Jags. And the Jags have allowed the 3rd most touchdowns to tight ends, and they are ranked the 26th best team in the NFL against the tight end position.
You love your tight ends this year, don't you?
I know. Last week I went George Kittle and I went Trey McBride. I was at that Panthers and Cardinals game. Trey McBride let me down.
And he had an opportunity in overtime too. He had 5 quarters to do something. He couldn't score, man.
Dude, they were trying to get in the ball. I couldn't tell you how many videos I took of myself like Trey McBride touchdown right here. Bold prediction. Turn it over. Oh, no. I have a video just like that because I want to show it to you where they throw him the ball and they throw a flag for pass interference. But they threw him the ball in the end zone, and I'm like, Trey McBride touchdown right here. Week 16, bold prediction. Didn't happen, so it is what it is. But the past 2 games, Chigo Kongwu has had double-digit targets, okay? First game where Rudolph took over, he had 8 receptions for 59 yards on 10 total targets. Last game, it carried over, and he had 9 receptions for 81 yards on 11 total targets. Okay? 33% target share, and he led the team in yards and targets last week.
So he's getting the ball.
He is getting the ball. Not Chigo Kongwu. It's not Chigo Konghu. Chigo Kongwu. All right? I think he is going to go over 50 yards and have 4 catches. That is my bold prediction. This Jaguars team is not good against the tight ends. Like I said, 3rd most touchdowns allowed to the tight end position, and they're ranked 26th against the tight end. Mason Rudolph has been peppering this dude with targets. He leads the team in targets since Mason Rudolph came and took Will Levis's job, and he is the starting quarterback on Sunday for the Titans. Chigo Kongwu, for the first time in his career, will have 3 games straight.
Who's his backup tight end?
I don't know who the backup tight end is for the Titans. I should know, but I know he wears number 87. I don't know who the backup tight end is, but it doesn't matter who it is, okay? Because Chigo Kongwu is going to get it done. Now, for my second bold prediction, the Packers will beat the Vikings on the road and end the Vikings' 8-game win streak. Okay? You seem pretty disappointed about that.
I picked the Vikings in my pick'em for the week, but whatever.
I got the Packers, and the reason for that is because the Vikings have given up the most passing yards over the past month. So currently they're the worst defense against the pass because they've given up the most yards. The over-under for this game is 48.5, which is the highest total for all Sunday games. I think that favors the Packers more than it does the Vikings. Yes, the Vikings have weapons in Jefferson and Addison and Jones, but the Packers have Watson, Reed, Doubs, Wicks, and Josh Jacobs is 3rd in the league in rushing yards. They just blew out the Saints 34-0 to where their starters didn't even play in the second half. Love also hasn't turned the ball over since week 11. That's 5 games in a row that he has not committed a turnover. He's had 8 touchdowns and 0 interceptions since that week where he threw an interception. The Packers are also 5-1 since their Week 10 bye week.
Are they?
All right, they're 5-1. They are.
Who have they
rolling.
played along that streak, man? Saints.
They
Falcons.
lost. They just beat the Seahawks and they just beat the Saints, like pretty convincingly. And the Seahawks are a playoff team. They beat the crap out of that.
I need to change my pick.
The Falcons are a playoff team.
You are making me change my pick.
All right, and they beat Chicago, who suck, but they beat Chicago. And then I don't know who their 5th win was, but Seahawks, Saints, Chicago, and the Falcons. That's 4 teams right there. And then there's one more that I can't think of right now. But like I said, Jordan Love's playing great. 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions over the last 5 games. I like the Packers to end the win streak for the Vikings.
So those are your two bold predictions? All right, I'm going to give you some real bold ones now. For my 1 p.m., we got Baker Mayfield over 250 passing yards. It's not bold, but my next one's going to be real bold. He's gone over 250 in his last 3 games. Last time he played the Panthers, he had only 235, but the Panthers came to play. Again, that was in Carolina.
And it was raining.
It was raining. And this game is in his house in Tampa Bay, where he's gone over 250, 5 out of 7 games at home. Damn. 3 of those games were over 300 yards. One was against the Eagles, one was against the Lions, and I forgot who the other one was.
The Lions was in Detroit.
Oh, I'm sorry. So who was the third one? I forgot what the other 2 were, but they were against playoff teams.
Raiders?
Yeah, it was against the Niners and then the Raiders, I think. So 2 playoff teams. Well, 1 playoff team, really.
He likes to still create a delusion in his head that the Niners are good. But go on.
Baker has 9 games over 250 this season, 5 games over 300 passing yards. The Bucs are in a must-win because now they're in 2nd place in the division because they lost and the Falcons won. Their division and playoff hopes are on the line. And Baker needs to be Baker, and Mike Evans needs to be Mike Evans for them to win this game. They lose this game to the Panthers, you might as well call it a season. 4 p.m., Browns will beat Miami. Yeah, it's real bored, I know, because the game is in Cleveland.
DTR. Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
We'll beat Tua, and here's why.
The game's in Cleveland.
It's in Cleveland.
Yeah,
Hold on. It's going to be low in the 40s and rainy and Sunday in Cleveland.
Windy.
Tua is 0-8 in games played when the temperature is 45 degrees or lower. He is also 0-4 when the temperature is 40 degrees or lower.
How are you a professional athlete and you can't play in 45-degree weather?
Because you practice in Miami, bro. I get it. I mean,
you're a professional athlete getting paid how much?
Yeah,
$50 million a year?
Yeah.
You can't play in 45-degree weather?
It's going to be 40 degrees or lower. Well, he's 0-4 in 40 degrees or lower. And this game's going to be the highest all day in Cleveland is going to be 50. The lowest will be 41, and it's going to be raining. So, these boys are from Miami. I can't see them winning this game.
Lasagna we're about to eat, he's cooked.
I can't see them winning this game in any way. Browns have nothing to lose, while the Dolphins have a playoff spot to lose, and simply they can't perform in the cold. I don't see the point in them playing in the playoffs because they're going to have to play in Kansas or in live Buffalo, or if they get lucky, they play in a dome. But what AFC team is playing in a dome except the Texans, right? You either have to play at Baltimore, you either have to play who did I just say? Buffalo or Kansas. No odds that you're going to get Texans, bro. It's just not going to happen because they're going to be the last seed. So rather than not, they're going to get the Bills. And then the Chiefs would have to be the next round. So either way, the Dolphins are cooked, just like you said. So the Browns win. So Browns money line. I'm going to place $10 on that. And it's going to hit. I'm telling you. And if somehow Tua, for some reason, Tua decides to win his first game in under 40 degrees, man, you won't see me for a while. I promise you that. So Sunday night football, Falcons versus Commanders. Take us away, man. First of all, I told you so. All hail the Redskins. Take us away, EJ.
This dude is going to say every time the Commanders play the Eagles, he's going to choose the Commanders.
No, I'm going to be realistic.
Well, then why did you choose them on Thursday Night Football?
Because I
In
thought
Philadelphia.
because at first I thought that yes, they were going to split games, but I thought they were going to win on the road each one because the Eagles don't lose
The
in
Eagles
Washington.
but the Eagles would have won that game if Hurts was
They
playing.
had y'all by the Thursday night game. The Commanders had them by the rope in the first half, but Jalen Daniels was hurt. Jalen Daniels was healthy. Look what happened. The rain came down all on the Eagles because Jalen got hurt, CJ got ejected, Jordan Davis got hurt, and Darius Slay was getting
out
cooked.
of the game. There's no difference between being hurt and being out of the game. I'm happy I didn't see the game, okay, because I probably would have punched a hole in my mother's TV. All right? I was at that Panthers-Cardinals game, which was cold as could be. Sun did not touch us one time. But, yes, he was right, okay? But we're not going to bring up how he said A.J. Brown was departing his ways with the Eagles and there was some type of a rift. And then the next week he eliminated some money from the playoffs.
How many championships are you in?
Steelers. 0.
I'm in one.
I have not done good in fantasy football because I am hitting on all my bold predictions. All right? I choose
Did you go?
opposing
So
players.
didn't you go 0-2 last week, and I went 2-0 last
I
week?
went 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
George Kittle had 100 yards.
You see, I went 2-0.
I said 5. I said he was
I
over
went
50. He
2-0.
went over
Jack
100. He doubled his yards.
JSN also, well, not doubled, but he had
He went
95.
I
He
seen
had
that.
95. And Commanders money line, cash.
Dude, if Jalen Hurts doesn't get hurt, you're in the same boat as me, shooting 50%.
That's fine.
I'm shooting 50%. I'd be a Hall of Famer in the NFL. I'm sorry, in the NBA and in the MLB. Batting 50% MBL. MLB. I said MBL. MLB. I'm a Hall of Famer. Shooting 50% from everywhere but the free throw line. I'm a Hall of Famer. So I got the Commanders win this game.
Good
29 to 20. Okay. Commanders have won 10 games. This is the first time they've won 10 games in 14 years. Okay? This is also the first time they've won over 11 games since 1980. Okay? 1986 to be exact. 86 or 85.
It was
They won
83.
14 games. It was 83?
Yeah, it
They
was
were
83.
14
I
and
have,
2.
that's actually a point I have to make.
Cool. So, like I said, first time winning 10 games since 2012. We're in 2024 right now, so enjoy it while it lasts. This is pick that you know who that comment's for. This is pick number 2 versus pick number 8. All right? Jane Daniels was pick number 2. Penix was pick number 8. Going to be a very good matchup to see. Both African-American quarterbacks, which I think is really cool because we're in a new age where people don't think, quarterbacks have to be white, which is good. I like having a little bit of culture in the league. Then, the Commanders have scored 26 points in 3 out of 4 games. 3 out of their last 4 games. And they've also gone over 27 in 5 out of the last 7 games.
That's fair.
Falcons are the worst defense when sacking the quarterback, as they have the least amount of sacks out of any team in the NFL.
Crazy because they have Judon.
Yes.
The sack
Who
leader from last
scored
year.
last week. Which brings me to my next point. Penix just dropped 20 points, and the Falcons just put up 34 points. So, yes, they played good, but the Falcons' offense only scored 6 more points than the Falcons' defense. And they played the 13 Drew Lock Giants. That ain't going to happen this week. They're playing the Commanders, who have 11 wins and are coming off a very good win against my Eagles. Okay? Jaden Daniels is going to get it done. He's going to prove to Michael Penix why he was pick number 2 and why Penix was pick number 8. Okay? I'm pretty sure this game is in Washington. Even if it isn't in Washington, it's in a dome. And, it's in Washington.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah, I have nothing to worry about. I don't know why I second-guessed myself. Commanders are going to win this game. All right? The Falcons just beat a very bad Giants team, and the Commanders just beat a good Eagles team, my Eagles team. All right? And they're going to keep the ball rolling because they want to go into this game locking up a playoff spot, because I'm pretty sure if they win, they lock a playoff spot.
Yeah. They should, with the Dolphins losing. No, not Dolphins. Steelers just lost today, so they would lock up a playoff spot.
Well, they're in 2 different conferences.
The Steelers are.
Steelers in the
I'm
AFC.
sorry, God, I can't think straight. Seahawks have to lose, and who else? And the
No, the
Falcons. And the Falcons. If they beat the Falcons and the Bucks win, the Bucks jump back up into the playoff position.
That AFC or NFC South is coming to the last game.
Yeah. Bucks play at home versus Saints.
They play the Panthers and the Saints. They're gonna win. But
I kind of want to go to the Saints
if
game.
the Falcons win, like and have the same record as the Bucks,
the Falcons go on because they swept them this year. Commanders versus Falcons. For me, Commanders win 27-19. The Washington Commanders last had 11 or more wins in 1983, when they finished with a record of 14-2-0. They lost. They lost the Super Bowl.
0 in there. Go on.
Huh?
I said I had to put that 0.
Zero ties.
I understand that. I picked that up.
They lost the Super Bowl that season. The Commanders have only had 3 seasons with 10 or more wins since their last Super Bowl win in 1991. They have also had only 4 playoff wins since then. They have a unique opportunity to do it in their final regular season game at home, which this is their final home game of the season because they go on the road next week to Dallas. And they will end the Falcons' playoff hopes since Tampa Bay will win. Yep, I said it. Coming off a massive victory versus the Eagles, they are hot and not knowing what the playoffs has in store. This could very well be their last home game of the season. And I'm not saying that because I'm saying the Commanders will lose in the playoffs. I'm just saying you never know who you... As of right now, the Commanders are playing the Eagles in Financial
Field.
Yeah, in Lincoln Financial Field. Okay? That could go either way, but the Eagles are heavily favored in that game because they're at home, and it's a playoff game. And what happened last year in the first round, the Eagles want to get past that. So this could very well be the Washington Commanders' last home game. And if they do lose out in the playoffs in the first round, why not end your season at home with 11 wins? That gives your fan base some hope going into next season, despite losing in the first round. Not saying that they are, but depending who they play. If they play the Eagles, I'm not going to promise you I'm going to take the Eagles or them, but it is heavily likely that the Eagles will win because they are the better team on paper. So there is that to say about that, but Commanders win.
Fly Saquon, fly. Fly Eagles, fly. Fly AJ, fly. Fly Jalen, fly. Jalen, you know you're my favorite player.
It must be nice to be in the playoffs. Haven't had that feeling in about 4 years, but
you had it your whole life growing up.
It's fine.
You didn't just have playoffs, you had Super Bowls.
Yeah, we saw those trophies.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. They look good.
You didn't want to leave that room.
Leave them out of there.
EJ didn't want to leave the room because he's like,
I was looking out
my
for
team will
you,
never
bro.
have this many trophies. I want to sit here and just admire this.
If I wasn't with you, I probably would have went to the 3rd floor rather than the 2nd floor.
Really?
No. I won't. I appreciate greatness. That's why I don't hate on Pat Mahomes.
Well,
I don't hate on
will
Tom
we
Brady.
see them in 2020? No. We'll see you guys right before 2024 is over. But we hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Me and him are about to go kill, face smash some lasagna, and enjoy the rest of our night. So we'll see you guys next week. And Merry Christmas from me and EJ, the
Deuces.
Eagle.